Good morning, everyone. So, 1 year ago today, I was about 14 months into my knife journey. I started off watching some videos and buying some knives off of Amazon. And then probably about 6 months in, I found the Reddit knife community. And so a year ago, I had acquired quite a few knives. I had met tons of great people, more great people than any other hobby I'd ever been into. To the point, I helped one guy determine what kind of knives he might like because of gone through a bunch, and he ended up sending me a free tactile Maverick. And so I had met all kinds of great people in the community. I had also been on Reddit, so therefore I had seen some of the other side of the community. But I just decided that since I was talking about knives so much every day, why not just hop on YouTube and talk about knives every morning? So luckily I work nights, and it always takes me a little while to wind down when I get off work. So I thought, why not just do it as soon as I get off work? So I decide I'm going to go live. Never gone live. Hadn't made many short videos. Hadn't done much of anything. I did have a little bit of a following. Well, I guess I had 1,000 subscribers from my shorts. No, I had at least 500 to be able to go live. But anyway, decided to go live. Started talking just like this morning to myself. Didn't know if I was going to have a single viewer. Didn't know if anybody was ever going to join me. Didn't know if I was just going to be talking about knives all by myself. But I did it. And people started trickling in. And I remember pretty quickly, I'm not sure how long all of you have been here, but I believe within the first week, Sever 7 popped in. And then I also saw the other side of this community throughout the year. The hate about knives like this that are great knives, not hurting nobody. He's selling out of every drop he does. What's the problem? It's free publicity. Anyway, all kinds of drama this year. But the thing I take away from this year more than anything is all the new friends I've gained. And all the other like-minded people who enjoy talking knives and looking up the newest knives and just being around the knife scene. And I appreciate that more than y'all would ever believe. But I got on the knife tube list and realized that there wasn't really a everyday morning spot for anybody. So I just kind of slid into that slot, and it's worked out well. Another guy I go watch sometimes is Tri-State, and he comes on right after I go off every morning, or whenever he does come on, it is right after my videos. But anyway, I've had a wonderful year, made some great friendships. Can't believe I stuck with it. I kind of feel like it's one of those things today, me celebrating anything today other than just being proud of myself kind of feels like throwing your own birthday party. Like, I don't feel like it's much different than any other video and any other Saturday. It's not like I'm going to stop tomorrow, so it's really just another day, but it does signify my dedication, I guess. And I'm proud of that. It's just part of my personality, but if I start something and do something, I usually go into it pretty hard. And that's what happened with the knife game. So thank you, Mr. Whalen. By the way, let me go in here and thank everybody. TC Blades, thank you, sir. Nick, good morning. Nick is in Denver, drove 13 hours, it looks like. Good morning, Mr. Mister. Let's see. Good morning, Mr. Cliff. Good morning, Mr. Paul. Good morning, Mr. Pete. Who else? Morning, Mr. Drummer. And good morning, Mr. Whalen. Good morning, Mr. Bob. Good morning, Mr. Tommy. Wow, got the crew here. Thank y'all for being here this morning and lots of other mornings. So yeah, today we're just going to lay back, relax, have another Saturday video. I do want to show y'all what I came home to. Oh, thank you, John. Good morning, by the way. Let me show y'all what I walked into this morning. Pretty cool. Let you know my life isn't so terrible. Not that y'all ever thought it was, but let me see. Let me get it brought up here. So just to clean up the picture, I had stuff in the background I really didn't want to necessarily show. This picture, of course, is edited. This is what I walked into in my garage that's right over here beside us. There was a table set up with 3 balloons that had LED lights hanging on them. Pretty cool. I've never seen those balloon lights. And then there was a card and some cookies and a cake and a 365 and a gift card to a local restaurant. So that's what I walked in the garage to see. And on the outside of the house in balloons is a big congratulations across the garage door. So that's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's what I came home to. So my life ain't too bad. So this is what I had in my front pocket last night. No, it wasn't from my sister, Pete. And I took this in my back pocket. I took this just to mess around with and play with and see how I liked it for being a shorter knife. You know, little things you got to get in, and it'd be a great little box knife. So that's what I had in my pockets. And then I also carried this one in my other back pocket. I'm still just playing with these because they're so nice. And I couldn't have picked a better time, a better knife to have at my 1 year mark. These two are great. So yeah, I was thinking about this morning and like planning my own party. And it was cool to come home to that. All right, so while at work last night, and we'll talk about some of the things that's gone on throughout the year here shortly, but I'm excited about this, and it's my video today and every other day too. But I finally figured out how I'm going to get these holes on this titanium properly. Good morning, Cat Scratch. So I have used these little, I got these little double-sided plastic things. I don't know if you've seen these, but they're for like putting stuff up on the wall, but they're really, really thin. So 2 of those, I cut a piece. One of the pieces fit right behind here. and I cut the curve out of this one, and the other piece is all up in here, and it's holding it perfectly in line with the titanium. So it's lined up exactly where it's supposed to go. So I decided I would go ahead and buy a set of end mills, mainly because I was worried about this making a flat countersink hole, not because of the hole itself, but because of the countersink holes. So I measured, and this countersink hole is exactly 10 millimeters. So to make that flat bottom, I bought some 4-fluted end mills with the flat cut, and it was cheaper to go ahead and buy a set of end mills all together than to buy just a couple individually. So I got a 12 millimeter, a 10 millimeter, a 8 millimeter, a 6 millimeter, a 5, a 4, and a 3, I think. And a 2. So I went ahead and bought all these end mills. They were cheap, super cheap. TC was asking about end mills and stuff for mills. And these are made for mills. You can use them in a drill press. It's not their intended use. They're supposed to be spun a lot faster. But they will work for getting through this titanium. So, or through the titanium. So what we got here, so what I'm going to do, the hole that's in there is exactly 6 millimeters. So this is an exact 6 millimeter end mill. And it fits in that hole exactly, like super tight. So what I'm going to do, I decided, is I'm going to take it out there to the drill press, put the bit in upside down in the drill press where it grabs it here, and then line this up until it's sitting down in the hole like that right there. Then I can clamp this down where it's at with this lined up with the hole perfectly. And then I can take this bit back out and flip it over. And my alignment will stay exactly true to where it was before. So I was having problems. When you try to use an optical center punch, they're made for bigger holes. They're not made for little holes like this. So to get the alignment right, exactly right, I was running into some issues. But I figured out that to buy one of these bits, and then it'll be in line, and then I can either use this bit or use a 6 millimeter drill bit, which is the same thing, but it'll be in alignment perfectly. And then once I'm done with that, I can leave it in the same exact position, and I can take this 10 millimeter end mill, and it fits perfectly down in the little part around the head of the pivot. So since these are flat cut end mills, I will be able to cut that little countersink perfectly in the exact size. All I have to do is worry about my depth, how far I go down with the milling bit. So really all I'm going to have to use these milling bits for is that right there, and to align the 6 millimeter drill bit that I use for that part right there. And then I'll have the one that matters covered, and this other one, I can just use a drill bit the same size and do the same technique. I can just flip it over, and then I've got an end mill that fits in there as well. So buying this little set of end mills was the key to making all this line up for me, because I don't have the correct tooling. All I've got is a drill press. I don't have a mill or anything really accurate, so I'm excited about getting that. I can just do a tiny little bit and then I'm going to take the pivot out there with me, and I'm just going to get it until it's perfectly flush with that. But all I really have to take out is, that much. So I'll just barely tap it a little, set this down in there and see if it's flush yet. Tap it a little more, see if it's flush. And then I'll do the same with this screw. But this, I'm not worried about this hole because I've got drill bits this size. And I can make the little tiny countersink area for that somehow, even with the regular countersink. The only thing about regular countersinks is they're pointed at the bottom. And so since this gets so thin, it'll almost widen out the pivot hole by the time that you get to countersunk that deep. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but since there's such a V at the bottom of those countersink bits for like wood and stuff, I can't use one of those. I need something flat, so that's why I bought these flat end mills. Good morning, B Shady. All right, so hopefully that will fix that knife. It's got a double scale on it right now. But I'm lined up as good as I can be lined up. I've pressed on all sides of this. I was able to shift it just a tiny bit when I first put these things on it because that glue. Yeah, I'll have oil on it when I'm going through it. I just use my air gun oil. I've got a bottle of it out there. I just use it when I'm cutting metal. But I will be using oil. All right. So 1 year. Can't believe we made it. Mr. Paul said something. The only thing he said this morning up here was something about he was confused. I knew what he was talking about, but I don't think Nick did. And he just said something about he didn't see the directions. And I think he was meaning the directions to enter the contest. I guess he deleted his comment, or maybe I don't know what happened. Oh, no, there it is. Anyone find the directions? I'm confused. So don't be confused. I didn't post the directions. Good morning, Mitchell. Thank you, sir. So anyway, I said yesterday, I'm usually pretty good about doing what I say. I said I would put it up during the night telling you how to enter. So I totally understand why he was looking for it. I wasn't trying to throw any shade at you, Paul. But what I decided that the way you got to enter today for the giveaway is you've got to talk to people in here and say hi to at least 2 people. So you got to say at least three lines of text today. And some of those lines need to be making friendships and saying hi to everybody. So I will go back through later and I will see who talked with us today. And that's what's made this channel. That's what's made me keep doing this show is all the people talking to me in the chat. So I thought the only thing to do to pick the giveaway would be just to stick with that. So whoever's talking today in the chat will be entered in the giveaway. And I don't know if I'm not going to do I'm going to do it tomorrow morning, so I'll have to wait till after today's video. And I'm going to go, oh, that's awesome, Pete. So, laid back Saturday. What are we going to talk about today? I think this whole end mill set is only cost like, I don't know why I want to say $10, but it couldn't have been that cheap. It had to be like $20. Let's see. Okay. I went ahead and got a little bit better one, I guess. Let me make sure. Yeah, it was $30. It was $30 for 7 carbide tungsten. They're carbide, so these are real deal. Oh, John won something. Congrats. I don't. I don't enter stuff. I don't even try to win. Yeah, these are tungsten carbide, so they should work good. They should go through titanium for sure. Good morning, Pace Metal Fab. All right. What else did I have? Thought I had something else to talk about, but I probably didn't. I decided we're just going to hang out and chill and talk this morning. Who did he win? Oh, you won a Wii collinear? That's awesome. But I thought he was giving away a bunch of Hermans and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be pissed about a Wii for sure. I was hoping you got a Herman. Yeah, drummer. I almost bought transfer punches last night. The only problem I saw with the transfer punch is, and let me see if I can explain this to you, drummer, because I almost bought those before I bought the end mills. Let me show you. So those transfer punches, I could have got one that was the right size of this hole. Okay? But the ends of them are little points that stick way up. So if I was to stick it down in here to try to use it to center and find the middle, it would be sitting out. It wouldn't be in the hole because that hole is super thin down there. So the point would be down in there moving around, and I wouldn't be able to line it up. So I decided to go the end mill route because the bottom of them is perfectly flat and I can stick it down in there to line it up. Those transfer punches had too much of a point on the end of them. And I did look at them, that's for sure. And where's the, yeah, well, they have a sharp point on them, so the point would have hit before the square, the rounded off part went into that hole. But I can put these all the way down into that hole perfectly. So that's why I went with these. And if you've ever seen a mill, they use these flat end mills to punch down in stuff and then start doing an end mill. So it'll punch right through that pretty easily. But let me show you two things. Let me show you this right here. Hold on. Firefox is installing updates. Oh, you could have picked. Dang. Well, at least you got a knife you wanted, I guess. All right. First things first. First things first. All right, hold on. I got to get logged into my Amazon. Go here. Go here. Go here. Go here. go here. All right, so this is the set I got for $32. But transfer punches. So, metric. So you got to get a metric transfer punch. So here's 1 to 13. So I need the number 6. And it's going to be back here, probably one of these ones on the end right down here in the middle. So those points on the end are thicker than the bottom of the carbon fiber where I need to line up with. So it would be just, but I almost ordered a set of these just to have, because they would be nice to have, but they're made to go through a deeper hole. That's why they're so long. They're not made to go through like a 1/8 of an inch depth. Yeah, I wasn't mad about him getting the Wii if that's what he wanted. I don't know why it has to be even anyway. Why can't somebody win a Herman and somebody win a Wii? So yeah, that would work if the holes were deeper. But these will work for what I need perfectly. And I'll already have some end mills. Oh, here's what I wanted to show you. Thought they had a video. One of these places had a video. Let me see. Maybe it was these cheap ones. Could have sworn one of them had a video. Well, they can punch right down into metal. I don't know why I thought I saw a video. Not going to show anything there. I don't know why that. I love that music, by the way. See, those have a point on them. Those come to a point. Those aren't the flat. Tormac. Back to the Tormac site. What is the best end mill for beginners?
With end mill and of an end mill do I choose in order to do this job? Well, we all know that, and then we will go, and that is the direction that you're. So you're spending the people, but once end mill, because your end mill.
All right.
Same with anything else. You want to keep a constant maybe 50 thou.
He's not
Sound like
gonna
crap.
plunge cut.
The spindle will be rotated. Now we are on
Plunge cut with end mill. So they go down and into stuff like that. So I can go right through that titanium. Granted, that is aluminum. That's a cool video, though. Music's crazy. Yeah, that's working good. So I don't know if y'all saw people in the Discord, but you remember those warnings yesterday I got? The only thing I got a warning about was that video. So Mr. is the only one that got me in trouble yesterday. They didn't care at all about the clerk's video. Hold on. Let me go. Okay, what we're supposed to watch the next video? Hold on. Tell me which one you want to see. Oh, this one? Yeah, that's a big. That mill is. That's a different kind of milling head. That's one with inserts. So that one just has little inserts. It's made. Well, it's not made to cut down. I mean, it does. It's made to cut, flatten out stuff, but yeah, that one's removing some chunks. I love the blue chips. I love watching machining videos. I've watched there's E-Bomb, what's the guy's name? E-Bomb 79 A-Bomb 79. This guy will teach you the most you ever want to know about milling. He is an awesome dude and can make anything. And he makes some chips fly sometimes. Check out the chip pile in his machine. Like, there's a big... But this guy will teach you anything and everything you could ever want to know about milling. He's got old school stuff. He's even got where he can work on big heavy duty equipment, like
several different operations.
He uses a steady rest, so he can work on big stuff.
We're gonna be doing some chip control. This is gonna be the fun part of turning this shaft. Try to get you some nice shots. I don't like the audio in the.
But A-Bomb is awesome.
Except I'm just gonna do an even 400 depth of cut instead of 375. And
anyway, he does some awesome work. Yeah, I used to watch him like constantly. Like I kept up and watched all his videos. Looks like he's back at the home shop, which is kind of weird. He bought a CNC, or they gave him one to check out, and he's so old school, it took him forever to learn how to use it. But looks like now he's making his own stuff. But he's got some awesome machinery in his shop and in his house. I don't know if he's still got the shop. I would assume he does. We'll see in a second here.
Classic drill indexes.
Yes.
I've collected them over the
So
years.
he's in the
whenever I
shop
see
there.
one, is because this logo that we're machining in there is our new logo. This is a logo that
He's got 565,000 subscribers. So he's a... Good morning, JD. All right. For the year broadcast, so I know what I'm going to bust out today. One of the first knives, or actually the first knives that started my titanium love of knives, are these right here. So like I said, a year ago, I was only about 14 months into knives when I started going live. And the absolute first knives that I got that made me love titanium were these knives right here. Does anybody know what I'm about to pull out? That's a loaded question. All right. Were these knives right here? My big Ifengro full titanium knives. So this is what got me started into getting titanium knives. I got all these for about $70 each. And I fell in love with just giant drop point titanium knives. Drop point for the most part. And these are all my big giant full tie and they kept getting, this one had a recurve. I didn't know that I didn't enjoy recurves at that point. I'm gonna have to make more room though. So these knives is what started me on my hobby of titanium knives. And I will give you a size comparison here in a minute so that y'all will realize how big of knives these are. You got your Griffin from Knees yesterday, William? That's awesome. All right. We're not done and we're not going to have room. I'm going to have to put these right up next to each other. I don't care if these get a little bit worn and used. So we will do it like this. We got a couple of their black titanium ones. All right. And then we really got one more here. And this one is half tie, half carbon fiber. And it is a clone that Ifengro made. So those knives right there is what got me started in big titanium knives. Now, I said I would show you a size comparison. So here's a PM2, which is a big knife. But you can see that it is swamped. by other knives. There's two more that I have in here. And that's another Ifengro that they made that is a clone. And another one they made that's a clone. So these knives right here is what got me into wanting titanium. Yeah, the PM2 is not a big knife compared to those. Good morning, Bill Doyle. Yeah, I want to get one of those. I got to get one of those. That Olive. Maybe I can talk Lou into selling me his. But that Olive with the tungsten carbide blade really intrigues me for some reason. So TC, I got a funny story about the one I think you're going to be talking about. So I'm not sure if you were here when I told this knot. So I went to buy, let's see, let me get this right. I believe it was this knife right here. This knife right here. All right. These all came from Amazon. And the number 5 that you mentioned, I'll tell you what number 3 is too. But number 5. So the number on this one, whatever it is, it's the EF like 906. Let's say it's the 906. It's not the 906 because one of these is. But it's a 900 number. So, like, let's say it's a 903. They had the 903 listed as this knife that you could buy from Amazon. But when I ordered one, wait, it's the other way around. This knife was the 903. Sorry. The one you liked was the 903. But every time that I ordered it, they sent me this knife. And so I ordered it 2 different times. And the boxes on the outside that they had sent to Amazon had this knife number on it, but they had this knife inside it. So I messaged Ifengro through Amazon and told them that they needed to pull their stock because they were selling this knife, but sending this knife. They had their boxes mislabeled. So they sent me this one straight from the factory for free in China for helping them pull that. So they pulled this one off of Amazon, and that's why you can't ever find them. Because I guess maybe they had already sold all the ones they thought they made of this one, and they had these in the boxes. So they ran out of these. But they're all 900 numbers, and I don't remember the number. But let me tell you, let me see if I can figure it out. But the numbers on these, I believe that's the number 3 is the, I can look them up real quick. Hold on. Let me look over here in my browser. Give me just a second. Ifengro. All the way back here to the back. All right. This is the 905 with the double crazy handle here. Hold on. Yeah, this one even says 905 on it. Yeah, this is the 905. Next is the big solid one. What is going on? Oh, I'm hitting my keyboard. My bad. The big solid flat-sided one. I'd keep doing it. Number 2 is a 906. So this is the 906. Yeah, it says 906 on it. All right, the next one. The 901 is this one. Yeah, this is the 901. This one that you ask about is the 902. This one is the 904. This one is the 968. And this one is the one that's hard to find. And because it wasn't listed as the right knife. Let me see if I can. I don't even see my phone. Oh, there it is. Let me see if I can use my camera and find this thing. Oh, I did a video of it. That's the easiest way to find it. Go to my YouTube page. Go to my search box and type Ifengro in. And scroll down until we find it. There's the 901. There's the 902. 912. It's called the 912. It's the 912, TC. How are you gentlemen doing this Saturday? What do y'all got going on today? "31 viewers, wow. What a way to celebrate 365. That's a good number. Good morning, Rob. Yeah, these are Ifengro knives, and they're giant titanium knives. This is a Strider clone that comes from Ifengro. Titanium on one side and carbon fiber on the other. Can't beat this thing. These are their black ones. They've all got great action though. This one's got a cool milling pattern. Some of these are a beast. $955. Which is the 955? Let's see. Ifengro EF 955. Oh, it says titanium alloy. That's what they all say, William. Titanium is an alloy. Dang, Nick T. Thank you, sir. It's got D2 blade steel. So the edge retention is just as good as D2. Just like that fixed blade we looked at yesterday. That's a mean looking knife too. Yeah, it says titanium alloy. Yeah, thank you very much, Nick. All right. I won't make y'all suffer seeing a bunch of my earlier knives, but we will try to think about, well, I'm having issues. I put them up in the wrong place, and now I'm mad because I got these to put in these little tiny holders. These cases, I'm telling you, man, these ones with the multiple sizes, don't get them. Get the ones with the 4 on each page. You can make these work, but man, what a pain in the butt. Yeah, all those knives on the table that I just showed were D2s. These knives are 2 years old now, just about. Probably about 20 months, 22 months old. I have not I've not played with one. What are we looking at here? Oh wow. That looks like a very comfortable knife. Oh, did y'all see the video that came up on Instagram yesterday of the Dalibor Bergam his new knife? We'll have to go look at that after this. Man, that's a nice looking knife. Robin, you're gonna have to tell us what that one's like. That's out of my budget. Let me show y'all the Instagram yesterday, unless somebody else pops the link up. But I believe it was on the NC Blade page, maybe. Yeah, here it is. So we talked about this knife the other day, the Draco, and I was saying I hoped it was big. Well, it is, and it looks nice. And it reminds me, and that forward choil doesn't bother me like I thought it would, being halfway onto the blade. You can tell where it's thicker there, like I was talking about. But that thing is a beast. So you can see right up there by the choil, it's still pretty thick, I think. Let's see if we can get a good view of that area. That's about the best you get. Oh, wait, he flipped it over. Hold on. All right. Yeah, it stays pretty thick all the way down to, it makes a pretty sharp angle there. So it stays pretty thick all the way out to the cutting point. What a cool knife, though. There's only 30 of them. Oh, Nick T, that's awesome. Talaria MX4? What is that? Oh, I see. Yeah, I would rather spend $4 grand on that. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Who mentioned fried eggs? Fried eggs does sound good. Yeah, I got it on screen. It's the Stinger. Hey, if y'all want to go watch some funny videos, go watch a guy named Paul So Hard. Paulso, like ball so hard, but Paul So Hard. Paul So Hard puts out some great dirt bike videos. You ought to go check him out. Shout out Paul So Hard. So I watch Stark Varg videos too. I watch a couple of these guys that ride on YouTube. FerraMonster. You want to watch another good one? FerraMonster's good, but and then I watch what's the guy John Hicks? Yeah, John Hicks is another good one. He has 1.92 million subscribers. He rides electric all the time, though. Go check out John Hicks, FerraMonster, and Paul So Hard, though. FerraMonster's he's not as cocky as he plays sometimes. You can tell he's got a good attitude. FerraMonster's all right, kid. He got hit with all kinds of fame and money and free bikes. All right. What else are we going to look at today? My favorite 3 from 2025. They're probably, I know what they are. That won't be too hard. There's one of them. There's another one. And the third one I'm going to have to think about. But these two, there's 2 of them. And I don't know what year some of these came out. So some of them I got in 2025, but wait, I can almost tell you. I don't know. This might be, that might be number 3. But this is an end of the year sleeper that really jumped up. I'm still looking. Yeah, that's definitely. And these are, I'm considering this is my non-clone pick. Oh, I know what my other one is. I'm not sure if it was at the beginning of the year, but I love the Riot Zorro. It was my first Riot, so that means something to me. But I like knives like that. Gymkhana. It doesn't count if I do clone or not. That's not how this community works. People won't allow me to do non-real knives. I'd say those two probably stay in the running. I don't know. I've got so many nice clones. This one probably has to go away. Yeah, so I don't know. Clone or not, that's a toughie. Okay. I can do this. Let's see what we got here. Let me make sure I'm making let me look over everything for a second. Because I love this knife an awful lot. But as far as the other ones go, there's so many good ones to choose from. Yeah, I just showed those Paste Metal Fab. I think you might be a few minutes behind, buddy. Yeah, I don't know about third one. Oh yeah, dude, it's probably the Brown Knives M390 version from Lemivsky of the mini the mini FSDI. That's probably this knife right here. That's probably my top 3. I like the Strix and the neutralizer, but they don't have my blade shape. Are you talking about for the Asgard TC? Yeah, I said this one was Lemipsy. I didn't say that one was, I don't think. I didn't ever say. I just said I like that knife. I liked this one because of how good I got it tuned. I think this is the right one. I think it didn't come with this color hardware. I did a hardware swap. I put the gold on this pattern, but this pattern came with the purple, I believe. I'm not sure if it's Jufull, but it didn't come with this color hardware. Wait, that's not right. Hold on a minute. That's not the right duck. This is the right duck. That's the duck that I like the best. Sorry, I've got too many of them. I just found out that this one's worth 170 bucks. Someone sold one of these for 170 bucks yesterday. I think I paid 120 for it. I got every good clone that came out last year though, and this one from SMKE is just as good as any of the ones that came out last year. I like this pattern the best though. Probably these three. I don't know. This one definitely. These would have to. This third one is. There's so many good clones. I don't know. Because I could just as easily throw this up there and say those are the three I like, but that's not my blade shape. Or I could throw this one up there, but that's not my blade shape either. Or I could throw this M390 Cortex XL. This would probably, I like, as far as blade shapes go, I probably like it better than the other two. Yeah, B Shady. I didn't, I really do love my three ducklings too. They're all three real M390. So that one next to the one I had out a minute ago looked great together because they got the same milling pattern. But there's the duck and the duckling. This one needs some more detent. But it's got good action and it's M390. It makes a good noise too. And then I had to get the skelly one of the duckling. What skiffs are we looking for? This one makes a great noise too. I like this pattern though. Second behind that burst, sun ray burst. Thank you, John. Have a great day at work, buddy. Yeah, that probably fits most people's hands better. But this fits my hand better. Yep. So many great ones. You know, you got all the cedars and proteans and wakas that I didn't even talk about. And you got all the rosies that I didn't talk about. And the Rosie XLs. There's 31 nice ones in this one little bag right here. But I just can't. These blade shapes, I love the knives and they're great quality knives and I'm glad I got them. And I really like the neutralizer. So I am glad I got them, but my preferred shape is more of a drop point, straight back. And for the end of the year, these FSDs, I'm telling you, are pretty dang nice, but Lemifshi just killed it with these. Like, Lemifshi absolutely knocked it out of the park. The first clone from him of 2026, if any of the rest of them are like this, that's pretty wild. Especially with the way he did all the stuff. But he did all three of these, and they're all three awesome. This is the inset liner lock version. And this one has some of the best action. It's got perfect action. So yeah, these are all great. But that, I swear, the work he did on matching up the little, here's a diagram. So you can see I'll set it down in there and then I can put it back in after I clamp it down. And the same thing with the other end. Or, no, that's how I do the countersink part. But these little balls on the side of the lock bar, I mean, the stuff he went through to make this such a nice copy, I think it's almost better than the original. Those pins definitely fit better than the original. But this is the olive knife I was talking about, the tungsten carbide. I want to check one of these out. That might be, that knife might last you forever. Like, literally. I could have sworn I put the breakdown picture of that knife. So I backed one of these yesterday. I don't know why I did it. Can y'all try to help me understand why I backed this project yesterday? So they're titanium chopsticks. Turn them into a titanium straw or a titanium poker. And they can be in nunchuck mode. So I backed those yesterday. They're called Play Sticks, the 5-in-1 titanium EDC chopsticks and fidget tool. They're about $65 for one, but you can get two for $118. Skiff Made Blades is the place where you get the skiffs. Skiffmadeblades.com. and you just need to measure and figure out which ones you need. But they have a compatibility chart for a lot of knives. So you can go down through here and find the knife you're wondering about and then see what size you need to buy. And they're about $14 a set. Some of them are more, some of them are a little less. Yeah, I use chopsticks quite a bit. Drummer, that's awesome. So the ones I measured for the new FSD minis that I got on the table here, these right here, they take the 12 ball, so they go, if you go to cage bearings and you sort by 5mm, they take these right here, the 12 ball 1/16. That's the ones you need for the new for these knives. So y'all don't think it's funny when I say I've got chopsticks laying over here to the side all the time. I use chopsticks all the time. I prefer the ones from Panda Express because they're the good ones that you don't break apart. The ones that you break apart, like these, I use this to rub diamond paste on. But I've always got chopsticks laying around. There's a couple right there. Bamboo is the best product, second to hemp, in the world. Most usable product, should I say. I forgot to put this one up. I don't know. TC asked me a question earlier I didn't even pay half attention to. I asked him if he was talking about the Asgard. And I don't think... Oh, you said yep. Okay, yep. Possibly. I don't know, though. I like it. It'd have to be... I mean, that's a good trade, I guess, but... I don't want to have to sell the Herman and buy another one because I miss it. Yeah, find me one I can't turn down, and I probably can't turn it down. I would guess 1 year. All right, so as I said, all you have to do to enter today is participate in the chat, because that's kind of what makes this morning video, is all of us talking together. It would be super boring, was it just me? Was it just I? I'm not sure, but I know as far as codes, yeah, I don't want to have to sell it, the Herman, and try to find one, pay more than I sold mine for. That always used to happen with my pain pills. And end up selling a bunch of them and then having to buy more at more than I sold mine for. Back when I was a not so good person. In my early years. Stupid doctors around here just handing them out like candy. Messed up a bunch of people's lives. Yeah, I think I'll like those titanium chopsticks if I don't lose them. And who doesn't want to play with nunchaka all the time? Nunchaka. Or nunchucks. I couldn't more highly recommend a knife than this knife right here right now, though. Such attention went into the outright copying of this original knife. Sounds crazy when I say it. Yeah, it's called the Sacklers. The Sackler family. AliExpress Lemifshi Mini FSD. AliExpress Lemifshi Mini FSD. Boom, boom, boom. Pick your links. The $94 ones look better than the $99 ones. They got a bunch of patterns left, including 2 that I didn't get. That one and that one. They don't have... I think they still got the Wilson Combat one too. I didn't get those 2 though because I've already got a bunch of knives with that pattern. There's the link once again. Alright, so here at the end of the video, I'll start showing what the giveaway is, maybe. What you might possibly win. And I don't have them all over here. So I've got some more knives I don't have boxed up yet. But so far, we got some knives here for the main winner for the year giveaway. We'll start with an awesome one, which is one of the original Ozark Trail D2 bug out copies. I got this when they first went out. When they first came out, even before they became a big craze. The second knife for the giveaway is this one, which is one I bought on Amazon. It's a good knife. The third one is a Cold Steel 4MAX Scout. The fourth one is one of these Breaker clones. It's still in the box. I took it out so I could show it to you. And the fifth one is a clone of the Gerber Strong Arm. Get a Gerber Strong Arm. So you get those 5 if you win. And then I've got some of those other knives that I kept, the best ones I like. You get that one in the box here. So you get these 5. And then you're either going to get this, I'll put this back in the box. It's got some ashes on it. I haven't carried these. I just need to clean them up and put them in the box. But you either get that CJRB Crag or this Remet. And then you also get a couple of more knives, like one of these and one of these. All right. And so the member giveaway is these three. It's these three plus a couple of more of these knives in boxes. And whichever one, either the Remet or the Crag, whichever one I don't give. So you won't get these two cheap Ozark trail knives that the other two, but you'll get basically the same thing. So you'll get about 5 knives, 5 or 7. You either get 6 or 7. 6 for the members, 7 for the other winner. All right, I just got to find the boxes and box all this up for these other ones. I'm not going to take this out of the box, but it's just a cheap Gerber strong arm clone. So that's one of the giveaways, plus 3 other knives. So 8 knives, 8 or 7, sorry. 6, 7. It's actually 7, 8. The Ozark Grail. I've got them all sitting over here to the side. I've got the members pile sitting over here too. Oh, the members pile. Wait, there's one more knife I'm missing. The members one includes a little neck knife. What did I do with the little neck knife? It's a little, oh, here it is. The members includes this little neck knife. So they'll both be 8 knives. This little Boker is going in with the members. And I think there's another little neck knife that goes in the other package. A CRKT. So it'll be a nice package to win for the 1-year celebration. Like 8 knives. All you gotta do to enter the membership giveaway is just be a member. Good morning, Matt Maurer. Hope you're doing well, sir. 32 people here. Wow. Y'all help a brother out and smash that like button. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. If you want to become a member just for the member giveaway or want to support me, all you got to do is go to my YouTube page and hit join. I can't show you that because I'm logged in, but normally there's a join button. I could sign out and show you. So bring up my channel. And click the join button. You have to sign in to do it, but A full year. Thank y'all so much for hanging out every morning with me. I can't believe we made it. I can't believe that I haven't been late but one time. I've got to thank my fellow employees for that also. Oh, see you later, Mitchell. Have a good day. I'm about to end up the video anyway. Yeah, William, you can only like it one time from each account. I started the year talking to myself, and now I got all these friends. No problem, B Shady. I enjoy it. It just feels like hanging out with the bros and the occasional sister. Thank y'all for being here and making it a place to hang out. I hope it only grows from here. I was watching Bee's Blades a little bit last night, and I noticed, and by the way, knives are life and clones are life. Knives are life, clones are life. Anyway, I was watching Bee's Blades last night, and one of his little subscriber things popped up, and it said member for 50 months. And so I thought to myself, wow, that guy has been a member of Bee's Blades for over 4 years. And I've just been going a year now. So yeah, we got to get the, oh, thank you, Matt. Yeah, we got to get the word out and get some more people in here talking knives with us every morning. So y'all go out there and share my YouTube page on Instagram or something, or tell somebody if you really do enjoy hanging out here. Go make a post about it somewhere. Tell somebody. Screw what they say. You enjoy being here, that's all that matters. Thank you, Tommy and Bill. Yeah, Sever's probably in class again. Sure, he'll go back and watch it. I talked about him at the beginning, so he better. What else? Anything else we're going to look at today? Bill, you won't miss the giveaway. I'm not doing it till tomorrow morning. So just to clarify, to be entered to win, you have to have chatted with us in the chat this morning and actually talked with us and not just said one thing. And to enter the membership one, all you got to do is be a member. Oh, dang, Christopher got a free membership. Thank you, TC. Yeah, I'm going to make some challenge coins with my laser, Nick. Mr. John Tagamori, when he gets better and comes back and join us, he's going to be one of the first ones to get a challenge coin. He threw in $20 one time to help cover the cost of the coins. So I'm going to get the laser running soon, and we're going to make a cool coin on the laser here pretty soon. Yep. So now Christopher's entered to win the member. Yeah, if I did some stainless steel ones, I could do some cool colors on them. Yeah, I miss John too, man. I really think about him a lot. I think about him almost on a daily basis, hoping he's okay and doing better. I'll tell you what, a knife that's going back in my pocket today and may continue to see pocket use for a while is my Vespa Zero Blade Play. I'm probably going to carry those two today. I'm even going to carry the Tonto just because I've been carrying the drop point one of these. I bought one of each because of how nice they are. And I've been carrying this one, but I'm going to carry this one today. Oh, that's awesome to hear, Robin. I've been meaning to reach out to him, but I didn't want to bother him. And I knew he was having some troubles about doing just about everything, so that's awesome to hear. I should have done better keeping up, but really didn't know how to contact him other than just like through the Discord. Christopher, I'm not sure. I think I do. But maybe I don't. I don't know which one this one is. With the... I'm pretty sure this one is not his, but it might be. I've got those two. I could look up on my AliExpress and see which ones they are. Let me see if I've got I always spell it wrong, I think. N-E-U N-U-E. I don't know which ones I got. Kimchi soup. Boy, I don't like cabbage. Oh, that's a cool little case, Nick. Let me show the case. Yeah, that's a cool little case for your coins. That's awesome. Little shadow box. I remember people making shadow boxes when I was a young kid. Shadow boxes were a big thing, and people kept all kinds of little collectible stuff in them. Let me see which account I'm logged into. All right, let me log into my other account and I'll find it. Wait, let me make sure real quick. Let me type Lemifshi in. I buy knives on both accounts. Couple of Proteans, a brown Cortex, 4 Rosies, 2 Mac 2 3-inch. Alright, the Squirrel Master, the Mini Freak, all those came from Lemifshi on this account. You full blacklisted me. Wait, the Dixon, the Overcome, the Harsey, the Amphibian, the Emerson, the Chavez. Alright, so that's all the Lemifshi and Jufool I bought on this account. And then on my other account, let's see real quick. I'll be able to tell you which versions I got here in just a second. Alright. Lemifshi on this one. I got the Cedars, the Waka, 5 Proteans, a Rosie, a mini FSD, couple of ducklings, another duckling, a couple of ducks, a VECP, rattlesnake, another Rosie. So no, it doesn't look like with Lemifshi I got a, mine must be all both Jufull. I got the Cedar, yeah, the neutralizer. There's one of the neutralizers, the Strix, and 2 more of the neutralizers. So yeah, all mine are Jufull. Sorry. I wasn't showing anything. I was looking at my AliExpress. Yeah, I was looking at my phone. Sorry I left the screen sitting on the browser. But these are both Jufull. I didn't buy the Lemifshi one. I think that was your original question. I forgot that Lemifshi made one. That might be a knife I missed. At least I don't think I have one. I just read through all my knives. I've got a nice compound miter saw station out in my garage out there. Yeah, Pete, I just looked through both my accounts. I just read off all the ones from both my accounts. I would sell this one, Christopher. But man, does it have some good action. But yeah, I would sell this one. I like this one better. Hit me up on the Discord. I'll work with you. Yeah, I've got a 12-inch miter saw. I've got a big one, but I built a table out there in my garage to where I've got a nice guide tables on either side and places I can clamp boards on to do like repetitive cuts. I built a nice like 10-foot table for my miter saw. I watched the plans on the internet and made all the middle part where I can turn it, but it's still got the tables that line up perfectly with the rest of it. Got a picture of it somewhere. I'll show you a picture sometime of my nice little miter saw setup. Man, it comes in handy though. I've got table saw sleds that I built too. I don't know if y'all know how to make precision table saw sleds, but they're one of the first things you need to make if you ever start working a lot with a table saw. But I've got 2 of them. I've got one for angles and one for straight cuts. But these sleds...
Table saws are awesome, but if you're new to this world, they can be a little intimidating. Especially if you want to do anything besides the long,
so sleds,
surfaces.
like these right
Otherwise,
here...
you might need to take some sandpaper on your sliders to loosen them up.
Allow you to make some awesome stuff. Really
now, your table saw
repetitively.
crosscut sled is ready to use, but let me...
So I've got one I built like this. And then I've got a 45-degree one like this. Maybe not exactly like this, but pretty much the same idea. And there's ways to make these sleds. There's a technique to line them up. Mine looks more like that.
Those of you who have been watching my show for a while will know that a few years with this fit, keep this slide. Matter if either of
Yeah,
these
mine
fences
looks
isn't
more like that.
exactly 45 degrees to the blade. As long as this is an exact 90-degree angle, if you cut one board on this fence and then its mating piece on this fence, both of those will add up.
But those are awesome. I love all my wood tools. I love my wood shop. I've also got a nice router sled or a router table that I built. Dominic, good morning, sir. How are you doing today? We used to get up on Saturday mornings and watch cartoons, but I guess you can watch cartoons anytime you want to now. TC, you going to a war reenactment? That's pretty cool. Well, all right, guys. Here's to a great year, and here's to an even better second one. Didn't see Mr. Ed this morning. Kind of sad about that, too. But we did see a lot of people this morning. I appreciate each and every single one of you who have made this an awesome place to hang out in the mornings. It definitely was not me. I just provided the spot and y'all showed up. Oh, no problem, Christopher. Have a good day, Dominic. Knives are life. You have a good day too, sir. Waylon. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you again to the super chat earlier from Nick. And thanks to the other guys joining, and thanks for TC for gifting a membership. Pretty awesome. Y'all have fun cleaning up that snow. Maybe we'll get some one day. Haven't had any this year, so appreciate and love each every one of y'all. See y'all tomorrow for year number 2. Y'all have a great Saturday.